All right, folks. I'm having to do a household chore today. Not able to work on my other projects, but here's the situation. I've got this door, passage door handle that's been super loose. And you can see there's no screws on either side. And that's because on these here, you have basically a little button on your handle. You can see it here. I've already now inserted my screwdriver. Push the button in, then it'll let me remove that knob. Then I've snapped this off. Okay, now what I'm wanting to do is now tighten this up. But I found another situation. You can see that the heads of the screws basically recess in here to hold this in, but over on this side here, it's stripped out. So what I've done is I've had to get me a little tiny washer, and I'm going to insert that in now to give it some leverage, so I can basically thread this back and tighten it back down, and hopefully tighten this back up rather than replace it. I'll just thread this back in now. With that little washer in there, it'll give me enough cover so I can tighten this lock back down and still use it. And that essentially is my problem, is this has just gotten so loose over time. These screws have backed out. And so one reason too was that, I guess from grabbing the handle over the years, it broke through, and which made it even more loose. So now inserting this washer here will take care of that, and I'll be able to securely tighten this back down again, and put my strike plate, tighten it back down again too, here on this side. So we'll salvage this lock. Well, it's not a lock, this passageway doorknob, and we'll be able to tighten it down good. So we'll get up here and hold this now with that washer in place. That'll do the trick for me. And now this thing will outlive me. So yeah, it's secured now. So all I'm gonna do now is pop my covers back on. Make sure it's good and secure here. And it is. Now it's good and solid. I'm gonna pop my cover back on here. I'll snap that back in place. And then you can see where there's an indentation, where that little piece locks in place. So I'll slide that back on. I'll push this back in there. Now I've locked it back on, and I'll snap that back on. Now I got a solid lock. So there you go. Hopefully this is helpful for all those guys that are always working 24/7. Enjoy.